In the silence of a dark room, a single candle flickers, symbolizing the fragile spark of human awareness amidst the vast unknown. We often look to the ancients for wisdom, yet we ignore the harsh shadows cast by the very light we seek. True virtue is not found in the absence of darkness, but in the mastery of the storms that rage within our souls. In our modern world, we wear masks of politeness, confusing a lack of character with the presence of genuine morality. We post quotes about peace and love, yet beneath the surface, a suppressed ocean of resentment begins to boil over. A sheep is not virtuous because it does not bite. It is harmless because it lacks the teeth to do otherwise. If you are incapable of causing harm, your nonviolence is not a choice, it is a byproduct of your own helplessness. The Stoics knew that to be truly good, one must first acknowledge the capacity for great evil within their own heart. A moral man is not a harmless creature. He is a monster who has been tamed by the iron will of discipline. Stoicism does not ask us to deny the darkness. It demands that we face it, name it, and ultimately command it. To find true strength, we must descend into the basement of our psyche and confront what we have long hidden away. Welcome to the labyrinth of the mind, where the shadow resides, the parts of ourselves we have deemed too dangerous to show. As Carl Jung observed, we do not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. That flash of anger you suppress, that envy you hide, these are not flaws to be deleted, but energies to be integrated. When we deny these impulses, we do not destroy them. We merely give them a secret throne from which to rule us. Since the dawn of time, art has captured this internal struggle between the celestial and the infernal within the human breast. Every angel has a shadow, and every saint has a history of battles fought in the silence of their own conscience. The more you try to be perfectly good on the surface, the more your shadow grows in the depths of your subconscious. This repressed energy is like a volatile gas. Without an outlet, it eventually explodes, destroying everything we have built. Integrity requires the courage to reach into that smoke and grasp the raw power hidden within its chaotic swirls. To be whole is to be integrated. You cannot be a complete human being if you are missing half of your nature. The path to self-mastery leads directly through the thickest woods of our most uncomfortable and terrifying personal truths. The Stoic recognizes that his impulses are part of nature, but his reason is the ultimate judge of how they are used. Do not fear the monster within. Fear the ignorance that keeps the monster locked in a cage it will eventually break. When the shadow is acknowledged, its destructive potential is neutralized and its primal energy becomes a source of vital strength. We are now ready to understand why the capacity for destruction is the prerequisite for the most profound peace. Imagine a warrior standing in a silent hall. His power is palpable, yet he remains as still as a mountain. A sharp sword resting in its scabbard is the ultimate symbol of peace. It has the power to cut, yet it remains sheathed. A blunt sword cannot claim to be peaceful. It is simply useless in a conflict. It has no choice but to be harmless. To truly choose the path of kindness, you must first possess the strength to be formidable, even dangerous, if necessary. The man who can fight but chooses peace is a hero. The man who cannot fight and claims peace is merely a victim. Weakness is often disguised as virtue. We tell ourselves we are good, when in reality, we are just afraid of confrontation. Stoic virtue is a proactive force. It is the calculated decision of a powerful individual to act with justice and restraint. Let this truth sink in. Being harmless is not a virtue. It is a lack of agency that prevents true moral growth. The friction of our darker impulses provides the heat necessary to forge a character that is truly resilient and unbreakable. We must learn to ride our darker drives like a wild horse, channeling its raw speed into a focused and purposeful direction. The greatest victory is not over others, but over the chaotic forces that threaten to overwhelm our internal kingdom. Sovereignty over oneself is the only true power. It is the ability to say no to the base instincts while using their energy. Aggression, when refined by wisdom, becomes the drive for achievement. Lust becomes passion. Anger becomes the shield of justice. When people sense that you have teeth, they respect your kindness more, for they know it is a conscious gift, not a reflex. The capacity for evil is the very thing that makes the choice of good so heavy, so meaningful, and so divine. As the sun rises over the horizon, we begin the process of bringing our hidden selves into the warmth of the light. Integration starts with a brutal honesty. You must look at your envy and your greed without flinching or making excuses. Stop running from your reflection. Invite the shadow to sit at the table of your consciousness and listen to what it says. Why does that person's success bother you? What is the source of that sudden flare of resentment in your chest? The Stoic uses logic to dissect these emotions. He does not judge them. He observes them as natural phenomena to be understood. Like raw iron being hammered in a forge, your character is shaped by the intense heat of your internal contradictions. The fire of your shadow is what makes the steel of your soul hard. Without that heat, you remain soft and easily broken. Every time you acknowledge a dark impulse and choose a higher path, you are striking the hammer of discipline against your soul. The result is a personality that is both sharp and stable, capable of navigating the most treacherous waters of human experience. Watch the man who has integrated his shadow. He does not need to shout to be heard. His presence carries an effortless weight. He has discarded the fragile mask of nice and replaced it with the solid armor of true. He is real, and therefore he is powerful. He knows his own capacity for darkness, so he is not easily intimidated by the darkness in others or the chaos of the world. When you shine a light on a secret, it loses its power to haunt you. The shadow thrives only in the dark. You become more reliable when you know your own monsters. You know exactly where the line is, and you have the strength to hold it. This is the birth of true virtue. It is a house built on a foundation of granite, not a tent pitched on shifting sands. You don't do good because you fear hell or prison. You do good because you have mastered the alternative and found it wanting. The Stoic sage is the master of his own internal empire. He has negotiated peace treaties with his own inner demons. Life is a dance between light and dark. To deny one is to stumble in the other. To embrace both is to walk with grace. We are evolving from reactive animals into proactive architects of our own destiny, using every part of our nature to build. From this height, the view is clear. The struggles of the past were not obstacles, but the very steps of the ladder. You are no longer afraid of the night, for you have carried the torch into your own depths and found that you are the light. The journey of self-integration is the most difficult path a human can take, but it is the only one worth traveling. The sun sets on another day, but the work of the soul continues. The path of the Stoic is a lifelong commitment to growth. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of a well-ordered mind amidst the inevitable storms of existence. Each step you take towards self-honesty is a stone added to the monument of your character. Do not rush the process. Honor it. This journey is solitary, for no one else can face your shadow for you, but you are not alone in the struggle. We walk this path together, learning from the wisdom of those who came before and the courage of those beside us. If this exploration of the inner shadow has resonated with your own journey, we invite you to support our mission of wisdom. Click the notification bell to join our community of seekers as we continue to dive into the profound depths of Stoic philosophy. Consider this. What is the one part of your monster that you have been most afraid to acknowledge? Speak its name. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your honesty might be the light someone else needs to face their own darkness. Together we are building a sanctuary for the mind, a place where strength and virtue are forged in the fires of truth. Thank you for watching, for reflecting, and for having the courage to look within. Stay disciplined. Stay virtuous. Stay powerful. Subscribe now to continue your evolution. Like this video to help others find their strength. We will see you in the light of the next dawn.